Good evening and welcome to the Festival Tomorrow Friday Night VR Science Pub Quiz. And I'm Dr. Rod. You might have seen me in the What's On guide this morning. I'm back. This is an adults only event, so if you've got any young'uns, you might want to put them to bed. This should be fun. It's not a science exam. It should be a bit of a laugh. So get your pens and paper and scribble down your answers. I do expect you not to cheat, but frankly, I'm not checking. And make sure you get involved in the chat too. If you want to call some friends beyond Zoom so you can compete, do that now and fill up your glass, get a beer, grab a glass of wine, and then we'll get going. So we've got 3 rounds of questions, just 10 questions per round. Shouldn't take too long, and we'll go through the questions and answers each round and tot up your own scores. Let me know how you get on. So, round 1, general knowledge. So this is going to test your full expanse of science understanding right here from my sofa, and we're going to start in with a bit of space. So which of the planets, the only planet in our solar system, is the one that spins clockwise? So which is the only planet in our system that spins clockwise? I'm just going to give you a little bit of time for this so you can confer, but frankly you've got a choice of 1 out of 8 or 1 out of 9 if you're old like me and still think Pluto's a planet. And there's a clue because it's one of these on the screen. They're not real planets, by the way, they're just models. And second question, number 2. Okay, this is really serious, important science. Scientists have really studied this. Which is the filthiest toilet when you go into the bathroom, public bathroom? So, which is the one that has the fewest germs? Which cubicle? Is it A, the first door on the right? Is it B, the first door on the left? Is it C, the one furthest from the entrance? Or is it D, I'm fine, really, I can wait? So which toilet cubicle will you use? Is it the first on the right, the first on the left, C, the furthest from the entrance, or D, I'm fine, frankly, I can wait till I get home? Okay, ready to move on? And question 3. Name this bird. So ornithologists out there, there's got a few serious ornithology questions in here. Name this bird. Is it A, the tropical boo-boo? Is it B, the bearded tit? Is it C, Turdus Maximus? Or is it D, in fact, the blue-footed booby? If you can't get this one right, I'm worrying, you probably want to stop right now. You ready to move on? Please feel free to put your ideas in the chat. And question 4. How much would a teaspoon of neutron star weigh? And obviously to help you is a picture of a neutron star. I mean, you can just look at it and get a sense, can't you? You can just estimate. How much would a teaspoon of neutron star weigh? Is it A, 9.4 grams? Is it B, 7.4 tons? Or is it C, 5.4 billion tons? Or D, it really depends on the teaspoon? And technically that's true because the teaspoon could be quite heavy, I suppose. But frankly, if you answer D, you're going to lose friends. So A, 9.4 grams, B, 7.4 tons, or B, 7.4 tons, or C, 5.4 billion tons. Okay, I know you know this one. Let's move on. Question 5. Name this bird. Is it A, the tropical boo-boo? Is it B, the bearded tit? Is it C, Turdus Maximus? Or is it D, the blue-footed booby? You're going to be getting good at this one now. So give it a couple of seconds to confer. What do you think? And we'll move on. Name this mineral. These are all real minerals. So, I'm not cheating you here. So if you do know your rocks, then you should be on to winning here. So is it A, taconite? Is it B, arsenalite? Is it C, faunakite? Or is it D, coming tonight? So if that sounds like your weekend, good on you. Is it, so name this mineral. Is it A, taconite, B, arsenalite, C, faunakite, or D, coming tonight? Got that? Great. Question 7. What takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds? You can confer with your partner if that helps. But what generally takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds? You got that? Yeah, good. You can time a few things, just test it. Okay. So, back to ornithology and question 8. I'm sure you got them all right so far. Is it A, tropical boo-boo? Is it B, the bearded tit? Is it C, Turdus Maximus? Or is it D, the blue-footed booby? I haven't made these up, these are all real, but you already knew that. So A, the tropical boo-boo, B, the bearded tit, C, Turdus Maximus, D, blue-footed booby. If you need to go back and change some of your previous answers, well, you know, that just reflects badly on you. Let's move on. Question 9. What is the only letter not appearing on the periodic table? And we're only accepting letters used currently in English. If you're Welsh, double L's don't count. You can't use a noise, that doesn't count. So which is the only letter used in the English language that does not appear in the periodic table? This is easy. I mean, you know them off by heart. Just list them from beginning to end, and you'll spot the letter straight away. Any conferring? You know what you're doing? Anything in chat? Okay, let's move on. This is going to the last question in round 1. And of course, it's your favourite question. Name this bird. Beautiful bird, one of my favourites. And is it A, tropical boo-boo? Is it B, the bearded tit? Is it C, Turdus Maximus? Or is it D, the blue-footed booby? I mean, it's a process of elimination. You've got the other 3 right, I'm sure. So this is going to be easy for you. I don't need to give you any time. If you're crossing things out from the previous answers and changing them, it's just disappointing, isn't it, really? Okay, so I'm expecting you all got full marks on that, but let's just check and we'll go through the answers together, and you can mark your own work, or if you don't trust yourself, get someone sat next to you to mark them for you. If you lose, I don't know, do a forfeit, have a drink. If you win, reward yourself, have a drink. So question 1. Venus was the answer there. Venus is the only planet in our solar system to rotate clockwise, and it does so just once every 243 days. That's the slowest one in our solar system. Question 2. It was the first door on the left. So now you know, next time you go into the bathroom, you can't wait to get home, it's the first door on the left to have the least germs. Question 3, of course, that was the blue-footed booby. Question 4. The teaspoon of the star was 5.4 billion tons. If you did answer D, it depends on the spoon. I have to say, very disappointed in you. I think you just showed a lack of ambition. Question 5. It was the tropical boo-boo. I mean, you all knew that one. That's a medium-sized passerine bird of sub-Saharan Africa, as I'm sure you all know. Right, so question 6. That was coming tonight, of course, after the small town of Covington in Massachusetts, where it was first discovered in 1824. All you rock lovers will have known that. So coming tonight was answer 6. And following that, question 7. 8 minutes and 20 seconds is actually the length of time it takes for a sun to start the sun, not from the sun, for light, excuse me, I did have a beer before this, for light to start the sun and reach us here on Earth. So 8 minutes it takes for light to reach us from the sun. Question 8. It's the Turdus Maximus, everyone's favourite little Tibetan blackbird. It's not really a blackbird, but they just prefer that name. Go figure. Question 9. The only letter not appearing in the periodic table, as you know, is the J. So there you go, every other letter appears. If you got J, that's very impressively nerdy of you, or a good guess. Question 10 is B. It's the surprisingly charming bearded tit. So if you've done anything tonight, just learned some new birds that you like, then that's good. We're going to move on to round 2. This one is true or false, so you've got 50-50 each time. So come on, you can have a go. You can have a go. I don't care if you don't know something. You can do this. If you get less than 50% right, there's a problem. Okay, so babies have nearly 100 more bones than adults. Is that true or false? Babies have nearly 100 more bones than adults. I suspect if it is true, they'd be smaller. But just more of them. It's a kind of quantity to size thing. So true or false? Question 12. Astronauts burp more in space. This guy here, I'm not convinced he's really an astronaut, but he does look upset. So do astronauts burp more in space? That's true or false? Question 13. The human eye blinks an average as 420,000 times a year. Now, those of you mathematically minded are now already working out how many times that is per day and then per hour. It's very impressive to you. But just it's 50-50, true or false, 420,000 times a year. Okay, and typical ear of corn has an even number of rows. There you go, not an odd number of rows, an even number of rows. I've grown sweet corn, it looked nothing like that, but that is beautiful. True or false, typical ear of corn has even number of rows. Question 15, Sonic Hedgehog is the name given to a protein made by the gene SHH. Is that true or is that false? Sonic Hedgehog, name given. Did a scientist name this Sonic Hedgehog? You know, really? Okay, true or false? Fruit snacks and cars are both covered in the same type of wax. The wax they use for your cars is the same as the wax they use to cover fruity snacks, to make them look appealing and shiny. Is that true or false? Just to help you there, there's a picture of a car. It's not fruit. Question 17, consuming spermidine may be good for your health. This is an important one to know. Consuming spermidine may be good for your health, or maybe not. I was struggling for a picture, so there's a picture of some blue cheese. Ready to move on? I think so. Question 18. Coffee creamer can contain titanium dioxide, which is also found in paint, plastic and sunscreen. So titanium dioxide found in plastic and sunscreen, also in your coffee creamer. Is that true or is that false? Or should you maybe give up coffee? Question 19. 16% of the Earth's oxygen is produced by the Amazon rainforest. This is not the whole Amazon rainforest here. It's just a part of it. It's just illustrative. So that bit there definitely doesn't produce 16%. Does the Amazon rainforest produce 16% of Earth's oxygen? That's true, or is that false? Question 20, and this is the final question of round 2. Just one more round to go after this. How are you doing? You doing well? You keeping up? Okay, question 20. It's a long question, but bear with me. The first programmable, electronic, general-purpose digital computer. There's going to be some computer nerds out there who are going to challenge me on this, but I just don't care. I just don't care. Put it on Facebook or Reddit. I don't know where, but it weighed just under 27 kilograms. So the first programmable, electronic, general-purpose digital computer weighed just under 27 kilograms. If you can name that computer, you get no bonus points. That's just not how this works. Okay, so that's the end of round 2, and we'll move on and give you the answers before we get to round 3. Okay, so here are the answers to round 2. If you're still 100% by the end of this, you probably need to get out more outside, maybe see greenery, climb a tree. But let's see how you got on. Question 11. It's true. The newborn baby actually has around 300 bones. It's bones, cartilage bones. They have 300. They fuse. You end up with 206 as an adult. So that was true. Question 12. Actually, that was false. As Commander Chris Hadfield said, there is no burping in space. For burping to happen, you need the liquid and the gas to separate in your stomach. You need gravity for that. You haven't got that in space. So the gas doesn't separate. It's just a gassy, liquidy mess in your stomach. So no burping in space. I apologise if you enjoyed burping. So question 13. Humans blink an average of 4.2 million times per year. Apparently, I haven't counted. I haven't tested this. Don't tell me if you think it's wrong. It's what it says in Wikipedia, okay? Just take it up with them or change the entry. Question 14. Corn does grow in pairs. It's corny, but it's true. It's how the flowers, they split into two quite early on when they're developing. So you end up an even number. That's how that works. So yeah, you learned something. That's good. Question 15. Sonic Hedgehog gene is one of the most important genes in the development of animals, from insects to humans. There's a range of hedgehog genes actually. They make little spikes, and so they thought they'd name hedgehogs. And some scientists thought it was funny when he called one of them Sonic Hedgehog. We were able to use it in the quiz, so we're thankful to him. Okay, and now question 16, and it's true, of course. Why else would it have been in the quiz? Yeah, use the same wax on cars as on fruit snacks. It's from palm tree leaves in Brazil. 17, also true. Spermidine is you find it in aged cheese, mushrooms, soy. It's it's just something that naturally occurs, and it is thought to maybe extend life. It's got all sorts of great properties. So yeah, consume spermidine every time it's offered to you. 18. 20% of Earth's oxygen is made by the Amazon rainforest, so that is false. Not 16%, 20%. If you answered true, and you're arguing now that, well, there's 16%, 20% is at least 16%, so I was kind of technically right. We don't care, you got it wrong, you don't get a point. Question 19. So, foods do contain titanium dioxide, which is also found in paint and all that other stuff. That is true. So, yeah, so it's a lovely thought. Eat less processed food. That's what I would say. Sweet corn. And then the electronic numerical integrator and calculator ENIAC, developed in 1946. It didn't weigh 27 kilograms, it weighed 27 tons, so that was false. It's huge, massive, really, really big. So you can argue about whether that was the first blah, 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 blah computer if you'd like. I'm not listening. We're moving on to round 3. But if you want to go and top up your drink, do that now. You might need it. You might have felt like you need it for some time. But here's your chance. We're moving on to round 3 now. Okay, pharmaceutical or Tolkien character. So you're going to see a series of names. You're going to have to tell me if they are a Tolkien character or if they are pharmaceutical. Not as easy as it sounds. A lot of Tolkien fans out there, I suspect. Let's go, a couple of easy ones to start. And I'll give the answers as we go. So, question 21. Faramir, is it a pharmaceutical or is it a Tolkien character? What do you think? You got it? Good one? Okay, easy. Tolkien character. Yes. Nice. Nailed it. Question 22. Barmicil. Yeah. What do you think? Pharmaceutical, Tolkien character? Yeah. You making a decision? Yeah, okay. Pharmaceutical. Did you get that right? Yeah? Okay. I'd never heard of him. I figured that. Okay, question 23. Elendil. Okay, Tolkien character or pharmaceutical? What do you reckon? Reckon you know? Okay, it is in fact a Tolkien character. Good guess if you got that right. Bad guess if you didn't. 24. Elrond. Is that Tolkien character or is it pharmaceutical? Elrond. I don't know how you pronounce it. I haven't seen the film. 24. Elrond, pharmaceutical or Tolkien character. It is in fact a pharmaceutical, not an elf. So now you know. Question 25. Nardil. It's getting harder, I think. It's getting harder. Nardil, what do you think? Tolkien character or pharmaceutical? You got your guesses? It is, in fact, pharmaceutical. 26. Orphan. Orphan, is that a Tolkien character or is that a pharmaceutical? Three, 2, 1. It's a Tolkien character. I have no idea what book that's from. Who knew? So not pharmaceutical. Sorry if you got that wrong. A little bit. 27. Azathan. Is that pharmaceutical or Tolkien character? It's pharmaceutical. 28. Sintamil. Come on, you can do these. You can do these last. We've got 3 left. 3 left. You can do this. Sintamil, Tolkien, or pharmaceutical. It's pharmaceutical. 29. If you've got none right so far, you've got to get this. Please, you must be able to get this. It's a gimme. It's a gimme, frankly. Bilbo is, of course, Tolkien character. And question 30, last question of the round and the quiz. Boromir, Tolkien or pharmaceutical? he is, of course, a talking character. That's the end of the round. That's the end of the quiz. How did you do? And not only how did you do, how do you feel about how you did? Because frankly, I think we've been through some pain. There's been some emotions. You might need another drink. Anyway, good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.